Welcome, Veritas family. Thank you so much for joining us at Give and Take. I'm Sherry Davis in the Office of Community Engagement. I'm here today with Matt Goins. Hey, Matt.
Hey, good to be with you, Cherry.
Thank you so much for joining us. Matt is an instructor coming up, a course that we're offering in the fall. So we're going to dive right in as we are highlighting some of our upcoming courses. Matt, tell us about the number and the name of your course and what a student can gain from your course. What is the objective of your course?
Okay. So the course for this fall is, I believe the course number is BI 210, and it's on the Book of Acts. And I enjoy this class probably more than any of the other classes that I teach. I'm more in the missions department, but I have a pastor's heart, and so teaching through a book of the Bible is kind of like where I find my passion. And Acts is such a relevant book for the world we live in today because it's talking about the progress of the gospel around the world. And that's what Jesus' last command was for us as his followers, is to make disciples among all nations. And so Acts is like it's like the first application of that commandment as the gospel starts progressing around the world. And so I love it. I love going
Yeah,
through
it's
the book
such
of
a
Acts.
great connection for you in particular because you are currently serving in Honduras. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, very good. So you're what how long have you been there? You were telling me a little bit about this earlier.
So we've been here 20 years. We got here in December of 2004. So this December will be 21 years.
That is very exciting. So yeah, I imagine this has a very special connection for you.
Yes.
Who can benefit from your course? Or required course, elective course? Who do you think should pop into
Yeah,
your class?
I think it's a good course for anybody. I don't think it should be limited in any way. It's not just for pastoral students that are studying to preach through the Bible. It's really it'll have some of that for a pastoral student that wants to learn the progress of the gospel in the Book of Acts. But I think any student, any Christian that is wanting to get involved in their local church, there's quite a bit of application on what that should look like in the 21st century.
Yeah, that's good. Remind me again, is this undergraduate or graduate level?
This is undergraduate level.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. What is the course load like in your class? What kind of assignments can a student expect?
Right. So it's a 8-week term, and we have some discussion boards. That's a common among all the modules is doing the discussion on the books or the topics that we are at hand. We read through the whole book of Acts. We have questions that we ask of the text. So one of the assignments is for the student to read the assigned portion in Acts and then ask minimum 10 questions of the text. So as you're reading, like what questions come to mind? We have a couple of books that we read in this course there that are geared toward understanding really what church life should look like, and that's what we see a lot of in the Book of Acts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's to bring it into the modern what the Book of Acts, how it applies to today. And that's it's really an action-packed book too. So
It
it's a really
is.
great study to be able to jump into and work through systematically. The next set of questions are kind of related. One is what you already touched on this a little bit about why you love this course in particular. You already hit
Yeah.
on that a little bit, but then the next leg of that question is what got you into teaching overall? Was there a specific
Okay.
person or event that inspired you to jump into teaching?
Yeah, I would say the person that most impacted my life was a former youth pastor and pastor that I had. I grew up in Virginia, Northern Virginia, and my pastor's name is Mike Ailstock, and he is one that even in my youth when he was my youth pastor and teaching like a systematic theology class in the Christian school I went to, and then being my pastor and teaching. His zeal and passion for explaining the Bible really impacted my life, and he was able to, just put things on the bottom shelf for people, but he was so intellectual at the same time, and that really inspired me to want to emulate that in my ministry, being able to understand the deep concepts, but put it at a level where anyone in no matter what level of spiritual faith they have, would be able to grasp something. And so, yeah, he was probably my most influential person to be where I am today.
There's two things there. It is a specific skill to be able to be so educated, but to be able to bring it to,
Right.
the lower level, like you said, the bottom shelf. Because sometimes once you've arrived in the education world, like you are up there, it is really difficult to make that leap to what it was like to first be learning some of these things. And so and second thing is he does that very well. We know Dr. Ailstock very
Okay.
well. He taught for Veritas years and years ago, and
Right.
he is a friend. We've traveled to his church and brought a team and things like that. We love Dr. Ailstock. So I know exactly what you're talking about. A special connection with him. I know exactly how what a great skill it is to be able to um, convey scripture on anybody's level. And so that is super great. That's really inspirational. Um, we are thrilled to be able to highlight some of our courses that are coming up in the fall. For those of you who need a Bible elective, this is your class. Acts is
Yeah.
action-packed. You won't regret it. Matt will do a great job at teaching the course. You're going to really enjoy and pull out some truths of scripture that you may not have known from before, even if you have read through the book of Acts before. Running through it systematically is something super helpful. Maybe you're not a student yet, but maybe the Lord's tugging at your heart just a little bit. Maybe you should be jumping into classes. If that's the case, we're here for you as well. Jump in, leave us a comment if there is if you want to jump into a class, you want to switch your program, if you have just any other questions, we are here for you. Let us know how we can help. And we will be starting back our live give and takes on August the 18th at noon. So set your clock, set your alarm, grab your coffee, join us live on August the 18th at noon Eastern Time. We'll see you there.